Hey guys, I want to continue our series of lubrication videos. It kind of sounded dirty. Um, by showing you how to lube up the Glock. Now, this is the way I do it. Just like I said in the 1911 video. Um, if you have another way that's worked for you, great. But I'm going to show you the way I do it. And the way I do it is I use two different products. I use a grease, which is a Mobile One synthetic wheel bearing grease, out of a 20 to 40 cent syringe that I got from a pharmacy. And I use M-Pro 7, which is a penetrating oil made by, I want to say, Hoppies, because I'm 99% sure if it's Hoppies. If it's not, I'll make an annotation over there correcting it. But it is made by Hoppies. It's a pretty good oil. I like it. So let's get cracking. What I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and break this down and be right back. Okay, so what I'll do is I do my guns in two stages. So once I clean them, I will grease the rails. I will grease the rails on the frame and on the slide. Now with the Glock, I don't do the rails on the frame. I just do the ones on the slide. And the way I do that is I basically grab my little syringe and I inject maybe 3 little dots, like 1, 2, and 3 in here. And go ahead and do that. And then we'll flip it to the other side and I'll put 3 other dots in there. 2 and 3. And this one got away from us a little bit. Okay. Then what I'll do, I'll just put it together and it'll sit in the safe. Now, if you carry your Glock, this is basically would be a good idea for you to stop. You don't want to put oil on your barrel or anywhere else. So from here on, if you're not going to carry it and you're just going to put it in the safe, if you live in a humid environment, put some oil inside the barrel. Make sure it's nice and lubed in there. Maybe this is the only place you can go overboard with lubing. So make sure that's nice and wet inside and then store it away in the safe. But the problem with that is if you go to shoot it, it's going to create some problems. So you need to remove all that excess oil. Oops, sorry about that. You need to remove all that excess oil before you shoot the gun. So in my case, my cleaner, which is Hoppies or Ballistol, leaves a little bit of oil in there, and that's good. I don't need to put any more than that because I live in a dry state. So next what I'll do is I'm going to put a drop of oil right there. Now this is kind of got ahead of myself. This is when I get to the range. Okay, I break it down real quick because you pay for an hour of range time usually, and I usually have 100 rounds with me. I go through those in 20 minutes. So there's definitely going to be time to do this stuff. So when I get to the range, I take my time and I lube everything up. So at the range, I will put 1 dab of oil right there in the middle. And then I will put some oil on my barrel. And I'll just work it in with my finger. Just work that guy in. Get it in there. There we go. Drop that in. And once I drop that in, I kind of give it a little bit of slide here. If we look inside, that little drop is gone, and it's all on the slide now. So there we go. We'll drop the barrel in place. My Asian Tourette's is acting up. And then grab your spring and pop that in. I don't put any oil on my spring. The oil that the cleaner leaves on here, it is fine. the spring itself is galvanized, or it's got some kind of coating. These don't rust. And then the rod is plastic. Now if you got a metal rod, then yeah, put some oil on it, but this is plastic. Okay, so that's done. Then you have a couple of other places we need to put oil. One is this little area here. This little area here. We want to put oil in there because that little lip rides, let's see if I can do this, rides over this and it goes under it. So we want to lubricate the top and the bottom of this so the barrel goes in and out easily. So I will drop a drop of oil in there. Next, now this is all at the range, you can put a little bit of oil between this guy, which is your trigger bar, and the trigger disconnect. You can put one in there. If you overdo it, don't worry. If you put too much oil in there, it's okay. The hole underneath here is open, so all the oil will drip down from that hole. So this is one area where you can't over lubricate, so you don't have to worry about over lubricating. Now inside this channel, keep as much oil away as possible from that. Okay, so next thing we need to lube is this little bump. This little bump right here. See that little bump on the slide? That's what resets your trigger connector. This little, see if this guy focuses here. There you go. This little bump rides right in front of that. So when it goes back and forth, it resets it. So what you need to do is put maybe a little bit of grease. I like grease because, you know, I don't like using oil because it can run and get into the channel. So I will put a little dab of grease right there, just a little bit, and we're done. So all I do now is assemble, and give it a couple of turns, and we are good. There you go. That's that. It is ready to go. Oops, sorry. Put the mag in, and that's it. Alright guys, that would do it for the for basic lubricating of the Glock. Now every 1,000, 2,000 rounds, when you break it down completely and you clean everything and dry everything, then you want to pay more attention to individual parts. But for normal use, this is perfect. That's all you have to do. So let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Alright guys, see ya.